My dear brothers and sisters, we are now on this day that we call Maundy Thursday. Nung nasa parokya po ako, naalala ko, may isang parokyano ako na nagsabi sa akin, Father, bakit ba ang tawag natin dito ay Monday Thursday? Hindi po Monday Thursday. We call this Maundy Thursday. The word Maundy comes from the Latin word mandatum. And mandatum means command, mission. Why? Because on this day, Christ is giving us a mission. On Holy Thursday, we actually celebrate two sacraments that the Lord established. First of all, the sacrament of the priesthood. This is the reason why during Holy Thursday, priests gather together with their bishops and renew their promise of commitment and obedience to their bishop. And then in the afternoon, priests will celebrate what we call the Mass of the Lord's Supper. Today in our liturgy, especially in our second reading, we will hear from the letter of Paul, 1 Corinthians 11, the institution narrative. And in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, we also hear an account of Jesus establishing the Eucharist. But in the Gospel of John, there is no institution narrative. Walang account si Juan na sinabi ni Jesus, gawin niyo ito bilang pag-aalala sa akin. Unlike Matthew, Mark, and Luke, what do we find in the Gospel of John? The unique account of the washing of the feet. Yun ang ibinalita sa atin ni Juan. Bakit kaya? Siguro iniisip ni Juan, total, ikinwento na ni Matthew, Mark, and Luke the account of the Eucharist, I might as well give you a different account. And that is the account of the washing of the feet. Why? Because for John, the Eucharist is not only a noun. The Eucharist is a verb, an action word. When we celebrate the Eucharist, there is a mission that we need to fulfill. Meron tayong mandato, merong command na dapat nating tuparin na ibinibigay sa atin ng Panginoon. At ano iyon? Tatlong bagay. Una, katulad ni Jesus, dapat tayo ay handang maghubad. In the account of the washing of the feet, it says, Jesus stood up and took out his outer garment. Hinubad ni Jesus ang kanyang damit para hugasan ang paa ng mga disipulo. My dear friends, this is an allusion also to what the letter of Paul to the Philippians said. Hindi lang hinubad ni Jesus yung kanyang damit, ang hinubad niya ay yung kanyang pagka-Diyos. Paul said, though he was in the form of God, Jesus did not deem equality with God. Hinubad ni Jesus ang kanyang pagka-Diyos, namuhay bilang tao upang tayo ay iligtas mula sa ating mga kasalanan. Mga kapatid, nawa katulad ni Jesus, ganun din tayo. Matuto tayong maghubad. At dito natin maipapakita kung tayo ay tunay nagiging makapangyarihan. Clothings symbolize power. But when Jesus took off his clothings, he was telling us that real power comes not from external clothing. What gives dignity to a person is not the uniform that he wears. It is not the uniform that gives a man his dignity. It is the man that gives dignity to his uniform, to his clothing. Alam nyo, naalala ko kapag dumadating yung SONA, yung ating mga politiko, anong nakikita natin? Nagpapagandahan ng damit. Yung mga nakaraang SONA, nagiging fashion show. Yung ating mga politiko, yung ating mga public servants, kanya-kanyang mga magagarang damit na ginagawa ng mga iba't ibang mga designers. Kaya yung ating SONA parang nagiging fashion show. Na para bang the dignity of public service is reliant on the beautiful dresses that our men and women politicians are wearing. Pero anong sinasabi ni Jesus? Hindi doon nasusukat ang dignidad ng ating paglilingkod. Kailangan matuto tayong maghubad dahil sa ating paghuhubad, doon natin ipinapakita na handa tayong magpakumbaba upang itaas ang ating kapwa. We are given power not to overpower the other, but in order to empower those who are in need. So katulad ni Jesus, nawa tayo ay maging handang maghubad ng panglabas na kapangyarihan upang maisabuhay natin ang tunay na kahulugan ng kapangyarihan. At yon ay ang paglilingkod. Pangalawa, ano yung ating mandato? Dapat katulad ni Jesus, tayo ay dapat handang magbigay or maghandog. Ganun ang ginawa ni Jesus. Matapos niyang hugasan ang paa ng mga disipulo, bumalik siya doon sa table at ang sabi doon, He gave the disciples bread, the sacrament of His own giving of His life for the sanctity of the world, for the salvation of the world. Dapat tayo ay handang maghandog ng ating sarili. Pero alam nyo, yung pagbibigay, giving, is not exchange gift. Yung tunay na pagbibigay ay yung pagbibigay ng hindi tayo naghihintay ng kapalit. Sinabi nga ni Jesus in the parable in the Gospels, when you invite someone to a party, invite those who cannot invite you back. Ganon ang tunay na paghahandog. Ganoon ang tunay na pagbibigay. Minsan kasi pag nagbibigay tayo, hindi naman talaga nagbibigay, hindi talaga paghahandog. Minsan yung ating pagbibigay, pagpapain. No? Ibibigay ko sa iyo ito dahil may gusto akong makuha sa iyo. Parang yung isang mangingisda na nagbibigay ng bulati sa mga isda. Nagbibigay ba talaga siya? Hindi. Siya ay nagpapain. Hindi ba minsan pwedeng mangyari sa atin yan? We give because we have an ulterior motive that I will get something bigger in return. Kapag sinabi nating paghahandog, like Jesus, we give totally ourselves without expecting anything in return. Kapag ganun ang ating ginawa, then katulad ni Jesus, tayo ay naghandog. So, yan Una, handang maghubad. Pangalawa, handang maghandog. Pangatlo, handang maghugas. Maghugas ng paa. That is what Jesus did. He took out his outer garment, put on an apron, kumuha ng pitsil at palanggana at binuhusan ng tubig, hinugasan ng paa ng mga disipulo. It was an act of lowly service, seen and lived out in the actual giving of Himself. Alam niyo, may naalala ko ngayong kwento, naging viral yung picture na ito. May 2 taong nakulong sa elevator. Pero nung bumukas yung elevator, nagulat yung mga tao dahil ang nakita nila, isang batang lalaki, maybe in his early 20s, na nakaluhod on his feet and on his arms. And then, merong isang matanda na nakaupo sa kanyang likuran. Ang kwento, when they were stuck inside the elevator, ang sabi ng matanda, "You know, I am an old woman and I cannot stand long. I cannot withstand standing long. Pwede ba akong umupo?" Alam mong ginawa ng lalaki? Yumupo siya at ang sabi niya, "Lola, pwede po kayong umupo sa aking likuran." And you know what's interesting? Itong batang ito, o itong young man na ito, he was actually a CEO of a company when he was being interviewed. Mataas pala ang katungkulan, chairman of the board. Nang mabasa ko nga yung kwentong yon, sabi ko sa sarili ko, literally, he became a chairman. Dahil ginamit niya, ibinigay niya yung kanyang likod bilang upuan sa isang matandang nahihirapang tumayo. Ganun ang paghuhugas ng paa. We may not be called to literally wash each other's feet, but all of us are called to humble ourselves and to give ourselves, to give our life as a gift for the other. That is our mandate. Yan ang ating mandato. 3 bagay na ibinibigay ng Eucharistia. Katulad ni Jesus, nawa tayong lahat ay maging handang maghubad, handang maghugas, at handang maghandog ng sarili.